Welcome to All Souls Enlightenment with Kaisa, spiritual coaching without the fluff.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I want to say thank you to all my new YouTube subscribers. I want to thank you for those of you that have made the transition from the original channel to this new one. Those of you that have not done so as of yet, please do so. You will no longer have access to those resources because I'm shutting that one down and closing that out. I have branched off into two new ones, as you know. Before I get started, I wanted to just mention that this is a very special meditation. It takes you on a journey that's in your greatest and highest good. It was performed live first on Facebook. So if any of you are interested in my ASE group, All Souls Enlightenment, please look me up. In the description box below, there are several links for those of you that are willing to, or felt drawn to, I should say, to donate to me or my channel or my cause. I've been asked several times, why don't I say anything? So I'm saying it now. I have Amazon wishlist. I have Cash App, and I also have PayPal. My work is very important. I am here for all souls. So, without further ado, let's begin. All right, so my guided meditation is like no other ones. Trust me. So prepare yourselves. Today's guided meditation is called Journey to Home. Okay. Okay, so now everyone's got their earbuds in, everyone's in a comfortable position. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start, you already know, we're going to take a deep breath in. Hold it, please. Release. Deep breath in. Hold. Release. Release some more. A little bit more. At this time, we're going to make these statements out loud. I denounce all evil. I denounce Satan. My soul belongs to GodSource. Okay. Now we're going to take time and do our alternate nostril breathing. Everyone ready? You're going to take your left pointer finger, press it against your nose. Left nostril. Breathe in through your right, please. Hold. Hold, because I know you've been practicing, still holding. Trade off, please. Right finger, right nostril, still holding, and release through left nostril. Breathe in through the left nostril. Deep, 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 deep. Hold. Trade off to your left. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Deep. Trade off with the right and exhale through the left. Sit in that a moment, please. Relax your shoulders. Take a moment and reflect upon your heart. How you're open to source. How you're open to receive love. How you're open to receive sources or GodSource or Father's love completely. Sit in that for a moment. Center yourselves. Relax your shoulders a little more. Now I'm going to ask you, for those of you that have your eye masks, sleep masks, please put them on. If you don't have that, you have a bandana, please put those on. Those of you that do not, close your eyes, please. With no effort, don't squeeze. Let us begin. Please repeat after me. In Christos consciousness, I summon the Legion of Light to surround my parameter. Ascended Master Yeshua, to seize and trap my ego conscious during this meditation. Sit in that for a moment, please. Take a deep exhale. You find yourself with your eyes closed, sitting in a pitch black room. You can't see your hands before you. Then suddenly a blinking light appears. It's suspended on the wall before you across the room. It's a huge blinking arrow light pointing downward. Stand up and walk across the room towards it. As you approach, you notice it's pointing to a black hole in the floor into nothingness. You wonder, what do you do? Should I stand still and wait? Nope. You take a deep breath, pinch your nose, and plunge right in. As you're falling, you realize it's a tube. It's just a little bit narrow and lined with all kinds of goo. All on the walls. It's all over your arms and body. Sliding down, you notice There are images all on the walls of the tubing. Ghosts, demons, vampires, sorcerers, and the eeriness of pure source evil. Your deepest and darkest fears of things that scare you the most. Only you know what those are. Whatever frightens you the most is what you're sliding past. It feels as though it's going on and on forever. The piping is narrow. The walls are closing in on you. You drop at the bottom and get stuck. You find yourself completely wedged with your hands by your shoulders. What on earth do you do now? You push yourself outward with your hands on each side of the tubing. To your surprise, the walls expand. You drop out with a loud thump, no more full of goo, and roll out into the ground like a round ball. It's the soft carpeted grass. Although it's dark, you can feel the surface below you. Suddenly, there's a dim light, just enough to reveal the two paths. You stand at this crossroad. The one on the left shows grass, flowers, and the feeling of safety with love. The road to the right possesses the terrifying mystery of the unknown, dark without end. Hanging suspended is a sticky note with the word trust written on it. What do I do? What do I do? You decide you're going to go left. That seems safe. That gives me the most pleasure, to feel warm and safe. You feel loved. So you start walking towards the left with certainty and assuredness until you hit a block. It's a clear plexiglass wall. You didn't see that coming. Sorry, you cannot continue this way any further. So you turn around back to where you began. From there, you guess you have to go this way. A little inward, you see the dancing, suspended post-it note that says trust. Reach for it and rip it down. Put it in your right pocket. As you slowly feel your way through the darkness, with arms in front of you, you stumble, but catch yourself and don't fall. You look down to barely see and feel your way. It's a satchel, that glistens. It's made of pure silk with all sorts of gemstones and crystals embellished upon it. Rose quartz, black tourmaline, emeralds, black diamonds, Herkimer diamonds, and clear quartz. Pick it up and place it crossways your body over one shoulder. You keep going. It seems not to be as dark anymore, getting just a little more light, feeling more secure. Oh, what is this to the right that's suspended as well? It appears to be a stick. Looks like a pole. No, it's a spear. You think to yourself, I'll grab this just to be safe. Now you have a weapon. Strolling along, you hear the faint sounds of an owl in the distance. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Why would there be an owl out here? As you continue on, glowing eyes begin to peer out of the darkness. They're watching you as you walk by. You have no fear because you have your trusty spear. What's this new faint sound? They're whispers accompanying those eyes of darkness. Who's that? What is he or she doing? Where is she going? Where is he going? You should turn around. They're edging you to go back and turn around, discouraging you to go and move forward. But why would you do that? There's nowhere to go. You dropped out of nowhere. There's only one way to go, but press forward. So you begin to hum your favorite song to give you courage to keep going. You remember something that you've heard at some time in your life. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Now you're standing a little taller. As you step forward, the environment seems a little bit brighter. The energy is no longer heavy. You even hear the chirping of birds in the distance in the air. You feel warm, but see no sun. Coming from your side, you feel the presence of another's energy. It's on the right, but it's not frightening. It gives you a strong sense of safety and security. You look at your feet. You realize there are now 4 sets of prints with yours. You think to yourself, that's peculiar, but I feel all right. I have my spear and the feeling of safety. In the far-off distance, you hear a thumping that grows louder as you draw near. then it becomes clear it's coming from the left direction. As you approach, you determine it's a wooden pot hanging on a branch of a tree, banging on the trunk. On the side of the pot, the label reads, "Take one, this belongs to you." You move in closer to look into the pot. It's a golden stone that has part 1 engraved in it. You reach in and remove it with the gut intuition to place it in your satchel. Instantly, an emotion of calmness overcomes thee. You don't know why, but seem to have a little more courage, a little more confidence. Now your path is illuminated. You can see more clearly where you're going. The dirt road, you notice, has become a little muddy, kind of sticky. Your shoes are now stuck. You leave them behind because they don't work where you're walking. It's easier to walk barefoot. In fact, the mud feels cool at first. Then it gets warmer between your toes. You hear in your right ear, "Keep going. You're on the right path. This is just the beginning." You look around as you're strolling and see nothing, but you trust because of your clairaudient skill set. You trust because you have a spear. You trust because of part 1 that you just retrieved. As you move along, you see a dancing red ruby suspended in the path. It dips to the left, then it dips to the right, jumping around and spinning like a top. Its brilliancy has so much light, so you pick up your pace. You want to get to that. In its presence, you notice all around. You are all of these beautiful ice sculptures. Some are angelic in shape. One looks like a fairy, and another resembles your favorite dear one that is no longer on the earthly plane. You take a moment to gaze. Then you see a large, solid glacier that has no definition. It has an ice pick sticking out of it. There's that voice again. Pick up the ice pick. Start chiseling while carving your favorite project into what you want it to look like. You're quite pleased with yourself at how fine it's turning out. You didn't know you possessed such talent. There, your masterpiece is complete. It's perfect in every way. You stare You want to take it with you, but it's too large. How on earth would you carry it? It's way too cumbersome and too big to fit in your satchel. So you sigh, take a step back, and take a mental picture and admire it a little longer. The ice pick fades from thy hand and vanishes. Within that moment, your design begins to melt, whilst all the others remain. You hang your head low and take a minute to grieve your loss. Meanwhile, the red ruby is still dancing. It speaks to you in a stern and firm voice and says, "It's time to go. Keep moving. Take me and put me in your satchel." How demanding. But you do as you're told and place it carefully in your satchel. As you are roaming, you reflect upon your experience, how you felt, what it did for you. These thoughts are interrupted by a quick state of confusion. What am I supposed to be doing here? Where am I going? What is happening? Whoa. Your cadence was abruptly stopped due to a brick wall that has sprung up dead in the middle of your tracks. You look to the left, and it seems to continue all the way down. You turn your head and look to the right, and it does the same. What do you do now? Ah, you have your trusty spear, so you start picking at it. So you begin the process. Pick, pick, pick away at this wall, and you break your spear. It no longer works. It's useless now. So you throw it to the ground. As you examine the wall a little closer, you see a tiny hole that was made, and begin picking away at it with your hands. A little dirty, a little bloody, and you say, "I know I can open this." Immediately you feel this pulsation on your hip. What in the world is that? You realize it's coming from your satchel. You peek into your satchel and see the golden stone is the cause of the movement. Remove the stone and position it in the opening of the wall. Instantly, the wall disappears, taking the stone with it. Moving on. That's peculiar, think to yourself. Keep walking. Now you've stepped into the light. It is full-on daylight, but within a big void of nothingness. There's nothing around. You press on and keep moving forward. What else are you to do? Your feet aren't even dirty anymore. Keep walking, and as you will, you'll notice to the left, you see a sign that says, "Stop here," with an arrow pointing down. You walk off your path and veer to the left in order to walk towards the sign. The arrow points to an acrylic box underneath it. It appears to have nothing in it. A closer look reveals the etched words, "Open me." You lift the lid and 3 pairs of shoes are unveiled. A pair of running shoes, a pair of fancy shoes, and a pair of sandals. Which do you pick? If you choose the sandals, they may not be efficient on whatever is on the road ahead. If you choose the dress shoes, they may end up being uncomfortable after a period of time. But if you choose the running shoes, they'll endure. So you choose the pretty, radiant white running shoes. Put them on. They seem to be the absolute perfect fit. You stand there and model them and stand in gratitude for a moment to once again hearing that voice say, "See, I told you." Moving on. You begin walking from whence you came, but you realize that way doesn't exist anymore. So you'll just keep moving in the direction of whatever it is. Just keep walking. You're growing tired and wearisome, and you're wondering why you're not hungry. Come to think of it, you're not thirsty either. None of that seems to matter anymore. You no longer question where you're going, so you just keep moving. You hear a voice that says, "Run!" So you start running and running and running until you come across a dangling purple star that resembles the Star of David. You think to yourself, this looks like amethyst. So what do? Do you take it or leave it there? Then you pose this question, "May I have it, please?" Then there's that voice again. The answer is there's nothing to ask for. It already belongs to you. Pleased with yourself, you snatch it right up and place it in your satchel as well. Moving on. What's this feeling? It's a shift. The once white void has now dimmed and gradiated into a complete gray setting. Wait, it's an alley with a light at the end of it. To the left, there's another alley that has no light at all. What do you do? What do you do? Do you choose the alley with the light? Or do you choose the alley to the left with no light? Last time we picked the path that had the light and was wonderful. And I ended up walking into a wall. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on foolish me. Therefore, you continue on to the path with the alley of darkness. On the ground, a spotlight appears that reads, Soul Retrieval this way. Ah, now you're glad you had faith and chose this path. Keep walking. As you keep walking, and there is a hopscotch grid chalked out beneath your feet. You play right on up the grid a little bit on the path. At the end, you think to yourself, that was fun and refreshing. As you catch your breath, you become aware of something in your mouth. It's bubble gum, your favorite flavor. Yummy. How wondrous. Giving the old blowing bubbles a try and enjoying this new path. You skip a little, walk a little. All of a sudden, a door appears in front of you. That's odd. Why would a random door appear out of nowhere in the middle of nothingness like this? But because it's on your path to soul retrieval, you walk up to it. You turn the handle as the door slowly opens and you walk through. As you're walking through, you hear the herald of angels sing. Ah, illuminating lights like the holidays fill the white room. Behind the door to the right is a person sitting at a reception desk. Do you have an appointment? You look around in puzzlement. You wonder if they're talking to you. They ask a second time, do you have an appointment? Softly you reply, I don't know. They cut you off. Speak up. Find your voice. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you have an appointment? This is where you're to say yes. You reply with an assertive yes. The receptionist asks, did you bring the crystal? You're too nervous to reply, but say, I'm sorry. Annoyed, the receptionist demands, where's the red ruby? You snap out of it and remember you have it in your satchel. You hand it to them, and they reply, this is 3/4 of your journey. You have a choice. Then 3 doors materialize. You study them. Door A is made of wood. Door B is made of a smoky glass, which prevents you from seeing through it. Door C is a horrible, run-down-looking door that stirs fear deep from within. The receptionist barks, take a pick. Make your choice, A, B, or C. You pause in contemplation. Door A is made of wood, earthy, solid. B is a glass door. That's a little sketchy. That's an if situation you've already been through. Things that appear to be something they are not. Or C, the unknown, creepy, dungeon-looking door. The receptionist says, choose wisely. Through introspection, you use retrospection, calculating the process of elimination. The events of your journey thus far. It all began with the unknown, a plunge into the depths of darkness. You slid by demons, ghosts, all the things that go bump in the night, your deepest fears. So you stand up straight and choose door C. The receptionist disrupts your thought process and demands an answer to the question. Have you made your choice? You firmly state your claim that you have chosen door C. The receptionist replies with a smile. Very well then. You may proceed. As you begin to approach the door, your heart begins throbbing. Everything is tingling simultaneously, but you persevere anyway. For you have those shoes, and you still have this energy to the right that has been walking with you all along. Remember those 4 steps. So you keep going. You keep striving. You keep moving. You're strong. You've been through worse. So here it goes. You reach out and turn the knob with apprehension, and it's locked. You try to jiggle the handle a little bit, and it's still stuck. It won't open. The receptionist has been watching you from a distance all this time. You say, "Excuse me." It doesn't seem to open. The receptionist replies, "Do you see it requires a key?" You admit you don't have a key. The receptionist asks, "What's the shape of the keyhole, dear one?" And you realize it's the shape of the Star of David. Then you think to yourself, you possess something that will work in there. So you pull out your satchel, you look in it, reach in and pull out that amethyst Star of David. You put it into the key slot, and it fits absolutely perfectly. You hear the click, and now it's open. You take a deep breath and exhale even deeper, all the way out. Center yourself, and now turn the knob and open the door. The door opens into solid darkness, but your clairsentience kicks in to alert you that you know where you are, because you've been here before. Entering into the area, you notice that damn blinking arrow on the opposing wall, pointing down to the hole of the unknown. You affirm to yourself that this is where it all began. You reach behind to the wall of the door from whence you came, flick the light switch up, and on comes the lights. The lighting reveals all of your soul group, soul family. Everyone looks like you. The being dressed as a fairy looks like you. The angel looks like you. There's a mighty light warrior that looks like you. There's a gladiator that looks like you. There's a woman holding cookies, and she looks like you. The man dressed as a utility worker that looks like you. They're all applauding and jumping with glee and joy. They all make a mad dash towards you, forming a line to receive a hug of valor. The first one hugs you, then fades. Where'd they go? The woman with the cookies hugs you, and she also fades away. So what you have deducted is that each one is absolved, and every being is integrating with thee. With each integration, you absorb their attributes, you absorb their strengths, their talents, their skills. You reach the end of the line. There are no more aspects to replenish, and leaves only one energy. The one that's been standing with you on the right. This one has no definition. It just starts talking to you and says these words. Well done, dear soul. You have completed your mission. Welcome home. As soon as you hear the word home, you're no longer in the room. You're in Eden, where you see a glistening waterfall in the far distance. You bask in the warm air for just a moment. There's no place like it, ever. There are fairies that run towards you and say, "You can't stay. Look in your right pocket." You pull out the trust post-it, and the scenery begins to fade. The air you breathe is the familiarity of the room in the human earthly realm. You smell your environment and you feel yourself. Put your hands on your knees. Put your hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, please. Hold it, please. Exhale. Come back to me now. Come back to me now. Come back to me now. Repeat after me, please. I am complete and whole within myself through all timelines, dimensions, all that is. So blessed be. Sit in this for a moment, please. When you're ready, this concludes our soul retrieval guided meditation. When you're ready, open your eyes and you are back. How is everyone? Is everyone all right? Okay. Give me a moment, please. I'm told there are a few that are still out there. Hold on. Tokotsono Oma Atabe Etavia Sokuno Obevi and Yachi Katatiani. Apakatariat Katsakataki Sokotoro Sokotarabeta. Yeah, Bakoto. And so it is. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right. All across wherever you were, whatever you've been, how many incarnations you've had, or whatever is going on. You fought the struggle, your fears, you faced all your darkest, deepest fears. You slid right past them. You were always safe. So you were in a tubing, so couldn't nothing get you. I've been told I was the real deal. Took me, I'm just stepping into the things that I've always been able to do. Ooh, really? Ooh, everybody ready to receive? I just was given a download for your soul chakra. Ready for your soul chakra activation? Here we go. Ooh. Okay. All right, here we go, everyone. Right now, take a deep breath in. Hold it, please. Release. Release some more. Be in receiving mode to receive the activation code for your soul chakra. Here we go. Ready? Deba katsuno apaki bi ala be katsuno. Apakata be be katsuno be be katsuno me be be tsuku. Ibi tsukona ma apakatsuno apaketsi. Kawana la babetse bieto bietsukuna na betsi bieto kusuno bech. E bietsukuna abatsaba yeto e bieto sukuna abate. Ap katatse ap kabatatse ap kabatatse e bietsukana bietsu. Kuana pe abate bieto so kuana bebechi e bieto kusuno obotsi kabiate. Tita akatsani ipi akatskato ibo to mi atatse e bi akats e akats e it's no do no amakats akata abo te devia no kotse e biro sono abakatatse e mi anadabe beche katsente via toko sono bebeche ivia na e beata sana abakason e bia sono ne beate e beata sana abakaton e beate ia imniatata abea to kutsuno wam ya pakatate itikata ebia na atskato zoom ebi ebia tsukuna na aba ebia tafitse ibia to so okona na mapete ebiata am kawana ebese ene ebia to ono tochi. And so it is. Wow. Okay, I need a minute for that one myself. Wow. Phew. Man. Some of it right, let me read what's going on. Was channeling, it was a mixture of different beings. So I'm going to channel in and ask for them to tell me who all was involved in the circle. Oh, it's a vision circle. Is that what you guys called it? They're calling it a vision circle. Oh, because we're watching. They're watching. They're calling it a vision circle. It's a vision circle because everybody watching. I love it. Okay. Here with us today. Yes. Okay, the Arcturian High Council. The Palladians. Galactic Star Command. Ashtar. Who else? Sorry? Can you change your frequency so I can understand what you're saying to me? So say ye. The holy ones. Okay. And that's all I'm allowed to say on that. Who else? Oh, now I'm getting a list of everybody that was here. Sisterhood. Okay. Okay, so everyone before was a part of that light language codes for the soul's chakra. The rest that are here, they want to come forth. Alrighty. Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin. I can't pronounce that. Okay. Ishtar. Of course, Buddha. Buddha's always here. Mike is on my right. Oh, sorry. Saint Michael is on my right. Yeshua is on my left. Always here. And of course, remember, we started with the Legion of Light surrounding. Archangel Gabriel is here. Sandalphon is here. Archangel Sandalphon. Archangel Raziel. Archangel Zadkiel. Archangel Azrael. Archaea Sophia. Archaea Aurora. Yes, and in all that is holy in the light, in the presence of the heavens. The Pharaoh. And there you go. And you'll notice the change in me when each one comes through. Like I said, I am open conduit. I step to the side and allow. I don't take charge. I don't allow ego involved. Yeshua holds my ego in lockdown while I do this. All right. Well, I want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, my purpose does not exist. Yo, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. This concludes our guided meditation of soul retrieval. And I'm glad that the light language activation for the soul chakra came through. Love to all. Peace to all. Wonders to thee. Ciao.